And it's nice to be back. Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome back to another awesome episode of Gothically Yours, Professor M. I'm Professor M. In this wonderful episode, I will be answering a specific line from a comment left by a Goth individual by the name of TimeTurner. You can check out their comment on that Gothically Yours, Professor M site. And though this comment is really super long, I've underlined some individual parts that I really wanted to cover. First of all, they go, "Dear Professor M, I have just discovered your channel, and it is nice to get a perspective from an elder Goth." Well, thank you, TimeTurner. Thank you, and thank you. It is nice to be appreciated at my age. And they also said, "In such a little time as a baby bat, I have noticed how differently the public and peers look at me. The meat of my sermon today will be based on that one particular line." At the bottom, they said, "I was wondering if you could give me some recommendations on Goth bands. I wanted to expand my Goth experience. And finally, I was wondering how and where I could find other Goths." Absolutely, I'll be covering this and a lot more in this episode. Join me. Before I even start today, I wanted to share something. I had one Goth sister write to me, "I look forward to every month seeing your episodes." I'm so honored. First of all, TimeTurner and the Goth sister, who knows who I'm talking about, who will say to me, "I look forward to your videos every month." And I'm thinking to myself, I wish I could make a video every week for everybody. I would love to be like some of the other Goths on here, but I can't. I'm a full-time university professor. And that is the difference between, having all that free YouTube time that they do, because they're Goth YouTubers. I'm just doing my elder Goth thing when I can. And I've tried my best to do one every month. And there are now 65 videos, I believe, online. And I got the YouTube statistics back, and I was blown away how many people have seen these videos. It was like in the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of videos. And one of my videos was like 13,000 hits on it. It was the fashion video about the corporate Goth thing. It was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. So let's share a little bit about what TimeTurner has asked today. I'm going to read that question one more time, or read their line one time. "In such a little time as a baby bat, I've noticed how differently the public and peers," which is another word for friends, "look at me." And yeah, that is very important to talk about. I'm going to go back in time and share a little bit about myself, who I am, where I'm from, what I'm doing. Just to let you know, in the future, probably next month, I'll be sharing a very, very, very special video of where I'm broadcasting from. Only 3 people in 3 years know where I'm broadcasting from. I have kept it very much under wraps, and I decided after something had been talked about online, I thought to myself, what am I holding back for? I want to share my world with you, so I will do that. Here's my back history. I was in high school. And when you're in high school, you're in a very, I would say, influential, you're coming of age type of thing in your life. And I noticed that I just didn't fit in with the other quote-unquote students at the school. I, first of all, had a background where I was so interested in being a designer and the arts and per se, and I wasn't interested in mathematics or all that other weird stuff that just didn't seem to fit in with me. And when I say weird, I mean, it's like I didn't want to go into politics like another friend of mine did. She was studying to go to Washington, D.C., to be a political something rather on, another person was doing academic stuff where they were going to, just forget it. I'm not into that. What I'm saying is that I chose my own path. And I feel so satisfied. There's a difference between happiness and satisfaction. Difference is satisfaction is like forever. Okay? Happiness comes and goes and comes and goes. I'm happy, I'm unhappy, I'm happy, I'm unhappy. Forget happy and unhappy. Go for satisfaction. And satisfaction is when you find something that you love and you know it deep inside. You know this is who you are. This is your beaten path. And it doesn't matter if 99 other people are doing X, you need to do Y. Okay? Don't be following everyone else's preset, pre-made course for your life. You're an individual. You were made to stand out, not to blend in. And the other thing is, as it's very important for me to say, 100 people, okay? 99 go out, the one remains. And I found myself in that one remaining cellular area of my life where I had to seek out others that were like me. When I thought that I was the only one who I thought was, I hate to use this word with a W, weird. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not weird, and neither are you. Here's my definition of weird. Something that just completely just doesn't fit. Something that is so odd that it can't work. Not me in my situation, not you in your situation. Just when I thought that I was the only one who liked certain things, I discovered there were a whole plethora of people out there that were just like me, who thought and acted and did and wanted to be a part of the same things that I wanted to be a part of. And therefore, because the 99% didn't want it, there was another small group of 1%ers that were interested in the same thing that I was interested in, whether that be as dark and more mysterious and macabre and strange, odd, peculiar. I felt at home among other people who understood me and felt like me and liked dark things. Somewhere along the line, you're going to find that just because other people don't like what you like, that's not wrong. And there's others just like you out there. And they're willing to meet you and wanting to be your friends and talk and investigate and share and go deeper. One of the most important reasons why we are here is not because of said fashion or said oddities, it's because of said music. And TimeTurner asked clearly about different types of goth bands. Well, I'll share that at the end of my video. But the most important part of what I'm saying is they mentioned my peers look at me differently. My family looks at me differently, and they're going to. You don't fit in anymore, and you're not in Kansas anymore. I mean, I'm wearing black lipstick, okay? And not typically every male in the world wears black lipstick, but I feel right at home in it. My fingernails are done up in a flat black. Oh, it's chipping off with it. I have to repolish that. Flat black, 999 black. I feel at home. My jewelry, accessories, and check out this spider pin. Isn't this awesome? It's got a black diamond in it. I love this stuff. I love the clothing that I have in my closets. I love wearing dark velvets and silk-lined clothing. When I go to school, when I'm in my working place, no, of course I'm not wearing the lipstick and the mascara and the eyeshadow and stuff like that. I work professionally, but I work as a professional goth. Okay, I do corporate goth. Up to the line, but not cross over it. And I'm happy. Ooh, scratch that. I'm satisfied. And you should be too. The same clothes that I have on right now, the same clothes that I lecture in. I go to school dressed like this. Okay? You should not have anyone tell you what you should wear, what you should do, whatever like that. The only part about that I'm talking to the baby bats out there is age. If you are living under your parents' home, that's a different subject, okay? You need to follow your parents' rules. So if you're under the age of, say, said 18 years old, and you're living at your parents' house, there's some rules that you need to follow. But once you're out and you're on your own independently, hey, your life is your own. At the time, when I was coming of age, and I told my mom, who is also goth-minded, I said, Mom, I just don't fit in at high school. I feel like an outsider, and I don't have many friends. And she just gave me the best advice that she ever did. She goes, you will find them. And sure enough, along the road, I had found other individuals who were of like mind. So I'm coming into TimeTurner's questions. Where do I find other Goths? Well, you're looking at one. So guess what? I'm number one on your list. You've just found me, TimeTurner. And anyone else out there who's been watching me, you found me. Neener, neener, neener. Hey, guess what? You found me. There's 2 of us now in the world. Check out the next Goth video. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. There's 6. And sooner or later, you realize that there's a whole plethora, a whole pile of us out there. But what they're exactly saying is connection. Okay? And that comes a little bit more slowly. Okay? We live in the age of internet and social media. So a Goth in Germany is now connected with me. Or a Goth in Norway is connected with me. Or a Goth in Australia is connected to me. And although there's a lot of distance between the 2 of us, we're connected. And that is our playing field now. It is a great thing in life when you can actually meet in person, human to human, to touch and connect and have dinner together as Goths. However, in our social age, we need to be more social-minded. We are more connected now in this age and time. We are more connected now than ever before. From when I first began in the Goth community to now, we have never, as a community, been more connected, where you can pick up a cell phone and text a total stranger that you don't know who's into Goth and strike up a conversation. Instagram is an amazing playground, so to speak, of connecting and meeting new people. And because of my Instagram account, I have met other Goths. So I would start off at the basics. Use your Instagram account and go and leave a nice comment about something that you like. And you'll be surprised that someone might write back, well, thank you. And the conversation might continue onward, and there a bridge is made. And then, who knows, you might find out that they actually live in the same place, the same country, the same state. Who knows? And the circle gets smaller, and that's how you will find other Goths. I want to continue a little bit more into my past before I go forward. I was in clubs. We had clubs back in New England we used to go to. And I'm thinking of a very special Goth sister right now who is a DJ. And she had mentioned that going to this club and that club, and I so badly want to go back to those things. Hi, Diva. Hi, Diva. I do want to go. And it's just when I get back home, to experience that, go out and experience those things. But being back in high school and connecting with other individuals was very important. And we were, or the group that I was in, the group of outcasts, quote unquote, those artists and those musicians and those who listen to heavy metal. I could be a headbanger too if I wanted to, but those that just didn't fit in with the Abercrombie and Finch normal sunlighty type of glorious preppy look that we had were in their own little group. I'm reminded of a movie called The Breakfast Club. If you've never seen this movie, please check it out. It's about 5 individuals. One is a jock. One is I don't know what you want to call him. He's I guess he listens to hard rock and roll music. He wears leather and stuff like this. And then there's this preppy girl, and she comes from a really upper class family. And then there's like this weirdo art girl. There's that W word again, weirdo art girl, who's the one that I was most attracted to in the Breakfast Club. That's why I watched the whole entire movie, because of this one woman. And she looks very goth. She's dressed in black, and she looks like she does really weird stuff. And then there's this kind of a nerdy kid who's like a chess club or something. But the five of them are put in attention hall or detention hall, and their story begins. And then two of them connect. You could never be my boyfriend. You could never be my girlfriend. And you find out, wow, there was a deeper connection there. I was in a high school where I was always looking for the deeper connection. And by the time I graduated, I still had that feeling inside me that I was that 1% I just didn't fit. Then I went to design school. Mercy. I was not as alternative as I thought I was. I was among people who were way more alternative than I was. They did things that were mind-bending. Then I went to clubs when I was in the design school, and I saw things. I was like, oh, you gotta be that. This is a PG-rated site, so I cannot and will not share all of my exotic, glorified stories. However, just trust the fact that I have seen things with my eyes between the years of 1991 and 1999 that I will never forget. Where I've actually asked the question, does your mother know that you dress like that? Friends of different sexualities, whether they be straight, bi, or gay, and mixtures of different cultures and concepts and religious beliefs and everything else, all under one umbrella called goth. And that's all we basically care about. You like the music? Great, come on in. We're a goth-based group that has music as its forerunner, okay? And also want to share, no matter how much of an outcast you feel like or how strange you are now surrounded by a whole bunch of other individuals who are just like you, who are searching and looking to connect with you. If you just be the first person to say, hey, I'm here, it's me, is it you? You will find them. You will find them. I hope to be very inspiring. I hope to share a little bit of comfort and joy that you are not alone. I like you just the way you are. Yeah? There's no one like you in the world. You are special. You are individually created. There's no one like you. You are original on every level. And I couldn't go through my life following someone else's recipe. I don't want that. I got to do my own gig. I got to listen to what I want to do, and I like freaky stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. And no one can take it away from me, and no one can take it away from you. If you're on your own, do as you like. Enjoy music, enjoy culture, enjoy fashion. Do important things that you want. If you're under your parents' home, well, that's a different subject. Go up to the line, but not cross over it, and ask, is this okay? Is that okay? And then when you go, you're on your own. Another important part on this was I wanted to expand my goth experiences. Sure, there is something you need to know. It's called the Goth family tree, and it starts off with traditional goth, and it branches out from there. If you have not seen my very special video called the Goth family tree, please check it out. It's an older video. It's got 45 different branches of goth in it. You may discover where you fit in, and you can take any one of those family blocks and you can blend them together, you can mix them together. There is no set rule onto one particular type of goth. Just I distinctly define 45 different branches, but there's actually 46 now. And check it out. go find out where you fit in. Because when I found out that I was a Victorian goth, everything fell into place. Go find out where you belong. The next part of expanding goth experiences, look at a couple more of my videos where I talk about how and what to be, problems that you might have to resolve. The basis for this channel is for me to talk about and share about things that are very important to the young generation that is behind me, that is coming up when I'm gone. That is the purpose in my heart. I want to do videos in the future of me shopping, and I want to do videos of me going out and doing this and showing you that place and this place and stuff on the street. But right now, my heart and mind tells me I need to share the important things with other people about the basics. I got to get the basics out of me before them. And the last part of this, which I would like to share, says about goth music. Once you know the four basics, you know, Susie Sue, The Cure, Sisters of Mercy, Twin, you know, I talk about Twin Tribes. These are bands that I like. Right now, use an expansion into your world. There's a lot of EBM music out there. Okay, if you don't know about EBM music, it is dark, and I love it. There's another band that's up and rising called Ultrasun. They're from Europe, something maybe the Netherlands, I think. Really enjoy them. There is a whole, I'm going to just post over here, these are bands you need to check out. Go look at them. They're all online. They're all on YouTube, and they're wonderful. And I actually have videos which talk about bands from different eras. It's infinite. I mean, you cannot deplete the amount of gothology that's out there, because you'll be going all the way back to the year 1976. And that's a lot of time. That's over 40 plus years of music out there. But if you want to listen to some music of the current generation, that's very easy to find. Check some of these bands out. This is something I need to share. Because you are a goth, and I don't care what anyone thinks about this, there is no written law in stone that you cannot like and enjoy other music. I don't know where that came into. Someone said, oh, because you're goth, you have to listen to only goth music. Where is that written? Before the 90s, I never heard of gatekeeping. We welcome all. You don't fit in? Welcome. Come on in. You like goth music? Or you like dark music? One of my favorite bands is the Cockatoo Twins. And if you can decipher what she says, let me know. It doesn't bother me. I enjoy it regardless. Come on in. Where was that written? You know, where were these laws, these strange mythology laws? I welcome all because I'm older. And there's even goths that are older than me. There's a wonderful goth lady online. Her name is Jane. Go check her out. She shares makeup tutorials. And she's out of England. Love it. Well, I think I've said pretty much what I wanted to say. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything is awesome. If you feel like an outcast, welcome. You have a huge family welcoming you and waiting for you to explore and enjoy. There are so many bazillions of us now. Talk, communicate, connect in Instagram, online, different social media platforms, whatever, and discover there's a whole dark world waiting for you. Well, with that being said, I think that I've gotten this good lecture out. You satisfied, Your Highness?